Yo! What is going on, my peoples? How is everybody doing today? And today is Tuesday. Today is Monday. My brain is screwed up. But, sorry about the little delay. I know I said Saturday, but it's been a crazy weekend. My wife was out of town. I'm the only one here with my 7 kids, so it's been crazy. I couldn't get them to calm down enough for me to get to record. Luckily, right now they're at daycare, so it works out perfectly. So again, my apologies, but life does happen. And I believe that we might be coming up on the next season for The Retro Wayfarer. And that means when that happens, there will be probably a week break just for me to go ahead and, collect myself. It's not exactly insanely hard work what I'm doing. I mean, it is, but it's not. So it just gives that little kind of break to reset, get everything going. I definitely want to get everything, in a sense, a little more structured, see how it goes, do some test driving of that. But again, that's to come when it's time. I'll let you guys know. This episode might actually be that one. I'm not sure. I gotta look. So if it is, I'll add something in at the end of this to warn you guys, because you guys deserve it. You're all amazing peoples. But The Division came out on Friday. Unfortunately, I did not get to play much of it that night, and then I played a little bit on Saturday. I got maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I was just out like a light, like a glove. But The Division 2, where does it stand? Where does it fall? Where does it rise? Where does it triumph? What the hell is up with that game? Well, I think, personally, that it is a phenomenal improvement in most factors of the game itself. Now, I love The Division 1, but there were a lot of issues I had with it. As far as some controls to me being a little sluggish, or, kind of clunky gameplay, clunky aspects, and I think they fixed a lot of that in The Division 2. I do like the skills that they have are a little bit more spread out, and after thinking about it, I do realize something that I missed. So they have the Hive, which is primarily used for healing. It does have 2 different attack options, but the skill does have revival and armor regeneration. And the drone also has regeneration, and I believe it is health. I'm not 100% positive. I'd have to go back and look, but I believe it is health. Personally, I think they should have stuck that with the Hive, maybe. At least in my opinion, because that thing would be perfect for all the healing. Now, it also does make sense, though, because you can do the Hive for, say, revival. So a downed enemy. Yeah, bring back all your enemies. A downed teammate you can revive, and then also send out the drone for healing. Now, I don't know if the drone will just target you or your friends. I haven't used that one. Typically, when I use a drone, it's the explosives and the machine gun. But again, they split everything up, which is kind of cool. And what they did as far as that goes, I like how, they have the shield, different kinds of shields, different types of drones. The turret, they went a little bit further, added a sniper turret, and you can actually manually target, which to me is pretty fucking awesome. I also noticed, again, this could be just for me, but one thing that pissed me off is a lot of times when you went to jump over a wall while you were running, it took, in my eyes, a little bit longer than it should have. Where I noticed in this one, you're running and you just hit the button. I think held the button a couple times, and you just hop over. It's very fluid. It's very responsive. The way the weaponry is done, again, to me, it's the movements while aiming down the sights are just a little more smooth. The running is a little more smooth. The covering, ducking behind cover and stuff like that is a little more smooth. It's all just a little more smooth. And that's one thing that I like, is when they improve the feeling of the game, so it's not so heavy when you're playing. I do like the armor that they added, the fact that you get armor and then your health. I mean, I think that was a perfect addition. And the fact that you can, regenerate the armor and regenerate your health, have those two different things. I noticed too, to me, it seems like it does take a lot longer to revive people, which is not that big of a deal to me. It adds a little more challenge and a little more tactful thinking. Like, you got to say, okay, well, they're here, they can crawl, I'm behind this cover, can I get them to me? Do I have the hive to throw out where they can get behind cover of their own and do it? And I'm just a fan of it. I don't know how else to explain it. The enemies seem a lot more responsive and a lot smarter, I guess you could say. And I like the fact that more of the AI help you out. They'll actually get in a firefight with you, where in part 1, again, it seemed like they didn't really do that. And that's big. That's more to the game. It just adds a little extra feel to it, at least in my opinion. And like I said, I really love what they've done with the controls, with the game itself. Kind of the way they set it up in Washington. I love the home bases, the little sub bases. I can never fucking remember what they're called, but the theater and shit like that you can go to, the settlements, and just all that stuff adds more fun and more longevity to the game, to be able to go and build those, alliances in the game is something that I think is pretty damn awesome. And it to me adds more fun. And then the fact of, when you're max level, getting to choose that specialist where you can have, the certain special weapons. Just everything that they did with that seems more enticing, more of a reason to want to max level, but also give you that reasoning to want to go through all the side missions and, collect all the parts you can to upgrade or create mods or weapons or things like that. Go find the blueprints and all that. It's just, I don't know. A lot of people may not notice, but to me, there's all these little things that were in part 1 that needed just a slight tweak. It didn't have to be something fucking crazy, some insane revamp. Just a slight tweak to the mechanic was enough. And they went ahead and did that. And I find the game to be insanely enjoyable now. I don't know what it is, but it's fun. And it's perfect. I mean, I love the fact that too, when you're playing multiplayer with your friends, it scales you to the person's level, so you're not just in a firefight and dying when it's one of those things where, like in 1, they didn't scale you. So when I didn't play for a while and I came back and my cousin was 30 and I was 12, I couldn't do anything with them because I would just fucking die. And I had to sit through that to get leveled. Where this, you can actually go and fight and still level up, but actually have a chance to enjoy the mission with someone. Because not everyone is going to get it right away and be able to, play non-stop and just level. So it's I don't know, it's just those types of things that to me add a little more fun and excitement. And it's also, as I've said before, on the new consoles, not many games are pulling me in these days. So I end up getting the retro games on the consoles. Or like I said, I now have, a Switch, a PS4, a PS2, a regular NES, an SNES. I'm working on a Dreamcast. That's my next one. And like I said, I get a kick out of the olden stuff and just the fun that it brought and provided. So to find a game that can actually bring enough fun for me to want to play on a new console and keep it and keep going and keep trying, for me, that's hard to find. So I'm extremely appreciative, and I analyze everything as to why it's that way. As to why I can play it, what makes it playable for me. And for me, the story is good, the missions are good, everything just kind of flows, and being that all the extra content that they're adding on is free, then that makes it even more enticing. Because they're not trying to fuck people over out of money. But that is where I sit, for the most part, on The Division 2. And if you're out there thinking about getting it, on the fence about getting it, get it. You are going to enjoy it. It is a very fun game. Take that from someone who, for only being 30 years old, still loves retro consoles more. And roll with that. But I do want to thank you all for, stopping by and spending a little bit of your hard-earned time and a good little chunk of your day with me. It is greatly appreciated. And I will catch you guys next time. But do not ever forget to stay nerdy, stay geeky, and most of all, stay retro as fuck.